Hello, and welcome to the Adafruit Show and Tell. I'm your host this evening, Liz, with my co-host, Erin St. Blaine.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, so first we're going to kick things off with folks from Adafruit, and then we'll hear from folks in the community. And if you are in the community and you would like to share your project, you can join the StreamYard link that's in the Adafruit Discord on the live broadcast channel, and that's adafruit.it/discord. So first, let's see, Erin, what you've been working on.
Well, I am working on a fun little project, which is Totoro themed. This is an umbrella stand. I have a little 3D printed Totoro down here and a Totoro sticker on there. The cool thing about this umbrella stand, it's got some Neopixels in the base, and it is running a Raspberry Pi Pico W. And let me see if I can get it plugged in here. The Pico W is going to talk to Wi-Fi. As soon as it connects to the Wi-Fi, it's going to come on in blue if all goes well. And then it's going to check the weather. And it's checking the weather with an online API. And if it's raining or it's going to rain in the next 6 hours or so, then, he's going to turn a little green. Obviously, I'm in California. It's not going to rain probably for another 8 months here, but I've got it set up to London. So in London, it's going to rain sometime in the next 6 hours. So this is just a cool little project. If it's not going to rain, he'll be off. If it is going to rain, he's on. So it's just super simple. And it just reminds you to bring your umbrella.
Excellent. And excellent call making that sorry, go ahead.
I'm working on a tutorial for this guy. It's probably going to be up within the next day or two on the Adafruit Learn system. So it just seems like a really useful little project.
Yeah, and I love that you themed out with Totoro. That's great.
Yeah, he cares. Totoro cares. He doesn't want me getting wet. So
yeah. All right. Who would you like to go to next?
Why don't we talk to JP?
Okay.
No.
Hey, JP, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing? So I am excited to show progress that I've made on a project I started quite a while ago and took a break from for various reasons. It is the LCARS project, which is the computer display system from the Star Trek universe. And this most recent episode of Star Trek Picard reintroduced the Enterprise. So this is why I actually have this thing, which I'm just going to pull out. This is the prop from the show, which doesn't look like much when it's not backlit. But this was a sample from the show. I have a friend who worked on the show, and he got this, was given it. He didn't steal or anything, I think. And he asked me if I could make a display for him so that he could actually backlight this thing and maybe even animate it some. So I've been working on, you can see back here, an LED matrix. And I have one of our matrix portals plugged into it, providing some animation and some buttons to choose whether you're animating or still or turning it off altogether. And so I'm working on some laser cut layers to embed this in. And then I'm also going to be putting a mahogany veneer over it to match some of the stylings on the show, where you have this beautiful, warm, dark wood color with the high-tech display on it. So that I'll probably actually be cutting that tonight and able to show it on the show tomorrow. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this overhead light that's glaring off of there, and I'm just going to plug in the power on my matrix, and it'll boot up here. And let's see, I got it a little out of alignment. There we go. So you'll see a little bit of flickering on the camera. It's not there in real life, and it looks really, really beautiful. So you can see here the way these worked on the show originally when they were a practical effect, and then later when they went digital, is essentially lighting or not lighting information that's kind of always there. I don't think until they later got into doing these as digital displays did they actually update any information. It was just kind of whatever is on there is going to blink on or off. I don't think the colors even changed. So this is mimicking that old Enterprise styling here. And you probably saw when I had the display off there, I have some little light blockers to prevent bleeding. So as much as possible, even though it's a pretty thin layer of blocking. And it works pretty well. We get a little softness on some edges, but I think it's really charming looking. So I'm just working on that and happy to get this out into the world and to give it back to my friend Ryan so he can proudly display this. And it's exciting for the people in Star Trek world, I think, to see the Enterprise back. So that is what I'm working on. Come on the show tomorrow. I'll be on at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time, working on this in the workshop.
Looks great.
Excellent.
Looks really fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cool to see your progress on this.
It's been a long journey on this one. I had to step away from it at various points, and then I got excited about it recently, especially because the episode was coming out to kind of jump into the design, into the Rhino and Grasshopper files where I had started working on it, and finally some good solutions for essentially keeping the thing steady and stable. I'm going to have I don't think I'm showing it here yet, but I'm going to have some heat set inserts in the top panel, so the screws will come up from the bottom, but then the veneer layer has that 3M adhesive back that'll go over the top, and just about 2 millimeters of overlap with the real panel there, so it'll secure it, but you won't see any screws or anything in it. So that's my plan.
Very classy.
Very classy.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks so much, JP.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Next, let's hear from Paint Your Dragon, Phil B.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Goes well. My favorite Adafruit board is like whatever I just got, whatever the newest thing in the shop is that I just got, and I don't have the USB HID one yet. So right now it's the Feather RP2040 DVI.
Yes.
And we have some demos for this. It was just like draw some circles or draw some triangles or whatever. It was very dull, and Lamore wanted me to do some old screensavers. So that library, the Pico DVI library, now has an extra set of examples with the flying toasters and an aquarium. And then one I wanted to do, I got Joh Park to help with this. It's doing a sort of a Max Headroom animation.
That's awesome.
So that's one of the demos that's there. And getting these to compile is, there's some fussy settings, but I just put UF2 files there. So if somebody just wants to run one of these screensaver inspired programs, it's drag and drop simple. You don't have to get super involved there. But
nice.
Anyway, wanted to show that. Oh, I had an idea also, because these monitors are getting like so light now. Would be just remove the foreground sprite, just have the cube back there, and put it on a backpack as a thing. I'd use a bigger monitor, awesome. but just a silly Halloween idea maybe.
That's awesome, and the glitching is just perfect with JP, like super good. And I thank you for your work with the Pico DVI for Arduino. I'm working on a video synth right now with it.
Excellent.
More with the basic shapes, not the fun.
That was Lamore's original plan for it, was video synth stuff. So
yeah, I went more like kind of vaporwave theme, so that'll be coming soon. But thank you for your work on that. It made it really easy to get up and running with your guide. So
excellent.
Yeah, it looks like we have a question from Discord. What monitor is that?
This is the GKDY, and they're these portable HDMI monitors you can get now that just come with a little folio sleeve and weigh next to nothing. It's how like the iPad stands have, you fold it around and then it stands up.
Yeah,
it kind of works like that. So it's not a normal desktop monitor. It's something you would tote with you.
Nice and thin. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Phil B. And folks can check out your updated guide.
All righty.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, let's go to Scott.
Hello. Let's keep on this Feather DVI train, huh? What I've been using for testing is this smaller 7-inch monitor. I just picked it up off Amazon. They're super handy. It's powered by USB and just has an HDMI port. But I don't currently have that on, because one of the other cool things about having DVI support is that you can use HDMI capture stuff. So if you share my screen here, I have a webcam window here open, and it's capturing the second webcam essentially. So you can see me, and then this is what's being output from CircuitPython. on the Feather DVI. So if I Control C here, you'll see that now we're seeing the terminal output, console output running. And one thing I wanted to point out here is I've just adjusted it a little bit. In 8.0, we made the left-hand column actually have characters in it. And today I made it so that it aligns to the right-hand edge. So there's a few pixels on that left-hand edge that give you just a bit of padding in case you have, like, somebody asked about a PyPortal issue where the PyPortal case covered it. So this helps that. And then also being right aligned means that the status bars aligned as well. So like the columns for all the characters are matching up now, which is cool. But if I just hit Control D, you'll see that I have a turtle demo going. And it's running from CircuitPython over DVI. This is the 8-bit color, which is like 320 by 240 that gets pixel doubled. So the signal is 640 by 480. But yeah, so that's coming. PR is out today, and that includes Feather DVI support and also adds support for Pico DVI to Pico and Pico W as well. So you can instantiate it if you have one of those like things that a Pico plugs into that has the DVI connector on it. It should work there too. It's quite the trick to get enough memory allocated, but you can do it. Yeah. So check that out. Give it a try. Thanks to Mark on Discord for testing it and helping me find some color issues. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Awesome. I'm super excited to play with this. I've really enjoyed playing with Arduino, but to be honest, I prefer programming in CircuitPython, so it'd be cool to see what we can do with that. So
yeah, so everything,
thank you for working on that.
Everything in Display.io should just work. Basically, Display.io will render to the frame buffer that then gets output over DVI. So
nice.
Hopefully it'll just work.
Cool.
Fingers crossed.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Scott. Thanks. Have a good night. And speaking of Mark, we're going to start hearing from folks in the community, and here he is. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. You?
Good, good.
So before I show what I'm working on with DVI, because that seems to be a theme, sneak peek for last week that just showed up on my doorstep today.
Oh, excellent.
I was too tired from work to trust myself soldering on a circuit board. Yeah, so Scott gave me a preview of the DVI stuff a couple of days ago from his stream, which coincidentally was right when a DVI board showed up on my step. And I missed Ask an Engineer last week and heard them talking about, well, let's see if we can get animated GIFs running on this. Well, it is now running.
Woo!
I'm using the same trick as Scott, using an HDMI capture device. But in addition, the big issue that I was running into was memory with the GIFs and the frame buffer for DVI. So I spent some time, and it actually was easier than I thought it was, and added in pellet support for GIF IO, or for the on-disk GIF.
Oh, okay.
So now this takes about half the memory. So this is 320 by 240 resolution. So it's taking up the full thing. It's not scaled up, and still has memory left on the RP2040 for whatever else you're doing.
Oh, that's great.
And this is running, this isn't sending the pixels directly to the display. This is actually Display IO showing that. So it's actually running fairly fast just on its own.
That's super cool. Yeah.
Overall, really happy how it turned out, and huge thanks to Scott for getting all this in.
Excellent. Yeah. It's awesome. You already got the GIFs on there. I'm really looking forward to seeing what folks do once this is all merged in and everything.
For sure. Yeah, the pellet support is also in a PR. I've got a couple changes to do on it, but hopefully this weekend it'll be out.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Mark.
Great job.
Yeah. Have a good night. Next, let's go to DigiWiz.
Hi.
Hi.
This thing I've been working on is the Portal, is a 3D printed version of the Portal gun from the Portal games.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And at the heart of it are oh, just gotta fucking shake it to get it to work because the lights have been on the fritz.
Okay. It's okay. Live demos.
Yeah. There.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Can you turn it sideways so we can see? Yeah. I feel like it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. The blue does
So
not
is this,
work right now.
So is this 3D printed or foam work or?
It's 3D printed. It's a file I got off of Thingiverse.
Excellent. Nice. And then is it Neopixels in there or?
Yeah, it's for the tube. It's 2 Neopixel sticks. For the front, it's a Neopixel ring, and then for the top part, it's a Neopixel jewel.
Oh. Sweet. And Arduino, CircuitPython, MicroPython.
It's an Arduino. I tried to use a Feather M4 Express, but I couldn't get the 3.3 volt stuff to work properly.
Oh yeah. Fair. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, great
That's
job.
awesome.
That's a really cool build.
Yeah.
Fair.
And yeah. So thanks for coming by, and looking forward to if you make more props or add more to it, be sure to come by and show us.
Yeah, I'm currently making some Ghostbusters stuff for a Comic-Con that's coming up.
This is going to be super popular.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely come by and show us that.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
No
Have a good night.
problem.
Okay. Next, let's go to todbot. Oh, actually, todbot. 1 second. I see Kevin from DigiKey is here, and it looks like he is live on the event floor.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's probably pretty loud in here, but I am live. I am in Houston at the World First Robotics Competition. So DigiKey has a booth set up here, and we're showing a bunch of really cool Adafruit products, as well as we're taking pictures and making buttons for people right on the spot. But the energy here with all of these young students and future engineers is just absolutely incredible. I'm going to see if I can flip my camera around really quick.
Okay.
And show you a little bit more of our booth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that work?
Oh, okay. Yes. Yep. Seeing it.
Okay. So here's a little bit at our booth. We have this really cool robot that was completely 3D printed. There's nothing on it that isn't 3D printed. One of our engineers made this. And you can see a couple Neopixel boards. Those are a crowd favorite at any show. Anything that has bright lights and makes noises. So Neopixel is a home run. If we move over this way, we have our Adafruit arc reactor that actually, this is a project I built. It's using the Bluefruit Circuit Playground Express with an extra set of Neopixels around the outside. So you can control it with your phone and change the colors, and there's actually audio in and out. So it's pretty cool. The Adafruit glasses, the LED glasses with the, we just have it set up with eyeballs on it. And it sounds like one team is doing really well here. They got loud. And Circuit Playground with just a drum machine set up on it. So that is just kind of a quick overview. We're displaying some videos. We got the skateboard with LEDs on it. Adafruit display. I don't remember. It's a 16 by 32 matrix display. I think up there it says "Make a DigiKey."
Okay.
And then this is the other thing we're doing is we're making buttons live for people. They come and take a picture and they can get their button made right here.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. It looks like a really fun setup.
It really is. And like I said, the energy here with all these students, you can just tell that a lot of these kids are in their element, talking about their robots, competing with their robots. I'm really excited for tomorrow. Today is mostly practice day for all of these robots and all these teams. and then tomorrow is competition day. So
Sweet.
So I keep switching my camera, but just seeing the different design some of these kids have, they all have a different way to go at the project.
It's really impressive.
David wants me to show our other robot. If you recognize the face on it, it is a 3D printed Kevin skull, which they thought would be pretty funny to make.
Excellent.
But that's what I got for tonight. So I just thought I'd jump in and show you guys what we have to offer.
Awesome. Thanks so much. It looks really fun. And are you folks like doing any blogging or having any posts on socials about stuff that's going on there?
Yeah, we do have. If you see right behind me, other side, this side, that is our social media supervisor right there. So she is doing all the social media stuff live on site.
Excellent. All right.
Great.
Thanks for broadcasting live from the show floor.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me on. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Now, that was really cool. And now we're going to hear from todbot, who I think has some DVI things.
How you doing?
Hey,
so to continue the Pico DVI stuff, let me turn on my picture-in-picture here. So this is the Pico DVI. It is a little video synth. Let me lower this, raise this up a little bit, maybe. So here's a little MIDI controller. And with this, I can turn the hue of the little triangles here. I can also change the rate of the triangles. And this moves it around, and then you can sort of compose with it, cool. This is all on Arduino. There's more triangles.
Multiple triangles.
This is available on my little Pico DVI Experiments GitHub, which I'll link to in the Discord. But yeah, that's it. It's thank you, PaintYourDragon, for wrapping up the Pico DVI library into something really usable in Arduino.
Yes, definitely. It makes it so awesome. You can just use all the Adafruit GFX library stuff. It's super cool.
Yes. So good.
That's awesome.
Anyway, thanks. Bye.
Awesome.
Great.
Have a good one. All right. And last but not least, we're going to have DJ Devin play us out.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going?
Okay. Well, I didn't know that DigiKey was going to have a tank on there. I have a little tank.
There you go. It's DVI night and tank night.
Yep. So I had to modify it and strap on this massive battery because the little battery that I had ran out right as the show began. So I was literally, as the show was going on, I was wrapping everything with Kapton tape, just trying to get it to work.
I've been there.
So this actually uses an Adafruit battery with a Powerboost to power the 5-volt FPV camera. So this has a little FPV camera on it.
Nice. Oh, and you can. Oh, okay. Nice.
And one of the cool things is because it's a tank, the turret actually moves, so the FPV camera can go back and forth. And I'm trying to build this as a tiny little pipe inspection bot to take a look inside my sewers, because in Florida, not most, but some of the homes are on slabs of concrete. So the only way to inspect your pipes is to get a camera down there. And I have choice words for the plumbers in the area that try to charge me $500 to put a camera down there. So this cost me about $100 to build, and I'm going to tank it. So there you go. That's my project.
Excellent. And are there any alligators or teenage Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles. There might be a 3-headed turtle in the area. I'm not sure. There's actually a 2-headed alligator. That one is down a little south near Fort Lauderdale. It lives in a pond. That's a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting that. All right.
That's Florida. That's our motto.
2-headed alligators?
No, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay. We weren't either.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, DJ Devin.
You both have a great night.
Seeing what you're working on.
Thanks.
Okay. Have a good one. All right, and that's going to do it for our show and tell. Thank you, Erin, for co-hosting.
Thanks so much.
And thank you. Yeah, and thanks everyone for showing your projects. In about 5 minutes, stay right here. Ask an Engineer will be on with PT and Lamore. But until next week, have a good night. Thanks, folks.